everyone, it's Miss Anna and I am reading our Scholastic News article for this week. I chose this one because I know so many of you love the Piggy and Elephant books by Mo Willems, so that is the article that we will be reading this week. So before I start reading it, I want to go over the vocabulary words that are in the news article. So the first vocabulary word is characters. C-H-A-R-A-C-T-E-R-S. Characters are people who are part of a story. Characters can also be animals. In Mo Willems' books, his characters are Piggy and the elephant. He also writes the stories with the pigeon. Those are the characters in his story. The next vocabulary word, and you can also follow along the vocabulary on the Scholastic website so you can see the pictures, is the word drafts. D-R-A-F-T-S. Drafts. Drafts, writers often rewrite their stories many times to make it better. They may also make changes to drawings. Each version is called a draft. So Mo Willems started with his draft of a picture of the elephant, and it looked a little something like this, and it was just on regular chart paper. So that was his first draft of the elephant. All right, our next vocabulary word is published. P-U-B-L-I-S-H-E-D, published. When a book is published, it is printed and sent to stores so that people can buy it. So all the books that you see on the shelves at the store are published books. All right, so those are our vocabulary words for our Scholastic News article. So let's start reading. The title is Mo Doesn't Give Up. Mo Willems is an author and an illustrator. An author is the person who writes the book and all the words inside, and the illustrator is the person who draws the picture. So Mo Willems does both jobs. He has made more than 60 books. How does he do it? As we read, think about the work habits that Mo has that you can have too. All right. Good work, Mo. How does Mo make a book? He has great work habits. So let's start with the first step, because we always have to start with number one, what's in the beginning, right? So number one, Mo takes his time. Mo made up the characters, Elephant and Piggy. It took him a long time. He wanted two animals that were just right together. He drew a lot of pictures. He wrote down a lot of ideas. He did not rush. Finally, he had it. Elephant and Piggy were the perfect pair. See? He thought about it, and he took his time to create these characters. Let's see what he does next. Step one, and now we have to go to step two, because that's the order. Mo knows mistakes are okay. Mo's books are not perfect on the first try. He makes mistakes, and that's okay. A pencil has an eraser for a reason, he says. You can erase a mistake and try again. Mo makes a lot of changes on each book. I make many drafts, he says. Here's a draft, And the final page from his book, A Big Guy Took My Ball. See how his draft is just a sketch? It is not perfect. I'm sure Mo Willems has used a pencil and eraser to fix his mistakes. And so that's his draft of the elephant, and that's his published image of the elephant. All right, so step 2, he drew and made a draft. So we did 1, 2, and we have to go in order, so we have to go up to 3. Mo doesn't give up. Step 3. Mo wasn't always a famous author. His first book was Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. Mo sent it to book companies, and no one wanted it. He didn't give up. He thought his book was good. Finally, after 2 years, someone published his book. All right. So after he took his time to figure out the characters, he made drafts, and it took 2 more years to finally get his book published. So let's see what happens next. We are going in order, starting from 1, 2, 3, and now 4. Step 4, Mo believes in himself. Mo thinks his stories are good. He thinks your stories are good too. He says that the stories you write are just as important as the one that he writes. There's no difference between what a first grader is doing and what I'm doing, he says. All right, we have read the news article about how Mo Willems did not give up.